Good morning. Happy Sunday, everyone. Thank you so much for being here for Brunch and BS. This is episode 42, and today is March 1st. So this year continues to just fly by. I'm so glad that you are joining me this morning, though. And I've been chatting with a few folks in the YouTube chat. So if you're over on that side, drop a like. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you being here. And today's topic is confidence after 40, now featuring zero permission slips. So that's what we're going to be talking about, is how, as we get more mature in age, not necessarily in behavior or sense of humor, but as we get more advanced in our ages and our levels are getting higher and higher, how that impacts our confidence. So I'm interested to hear what all of you have to say about it. First one in today was Mr. Eddie Lugo. Yo, yo, yo. Good morning. So glad that Brooklyn is representing. Great to have you here. And Eddie said good morning to me. Josh came in from the Moonlight Adventures, and he and Chas are wishing everyone to have a blessed day. Thank you so much for that. And I know you're chatting with one arm since you just had your shoulder surgery. So I really hope that your recovery is going well. And you'd said that it's been pretty rough, but Chas is taking great care of you. I said it before, I'll say it again. I think y'all are a great team, and I'm so glad that she's there to be your nurse and your caregiver. That is so important to have. Shannon is here. Good morning, Shannon. How are you, sweetie? Thanks for being here. Hearts to you, and I will see you later today. And Monica is here saying hi from both her and Michael. So good morning to both of you. Hope you are having a wonderful, blessed Sunday. Awesome. I'm saying hey to folks. And who is here? The Ocean Life is here saying, let me holla at ya. Thanks so much for coming in, Ricky. I appreciate you being here. And it is Brunch and BS time. Scott from Scottsdale, Captain Controversy, coming in from Controversial Cruising. Thank you so much for being here this morning and saying hello to everyone. Here we go with one arm. Is that supposed to be? Great that you guys are shouting out to each other. I always appreciate that so much. And Shannon is saying that over 40 was very different than over 50. Now I usually don't give an F. I gotcha. I agree with that. And I'm curious to know how it's going to change even further, given that later this year, I will be reaching level 60. So I'm curious to see how my 60s are as compared to my 40s and my 50s, because I'm with Shannon. The older that I get, IDGAF is a real anti-aging serum. It really is. And Danny Dizzle, award-winning supermod, is here. Good morning, Danny. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you being here so much. And thank you for sending the prayers and the hearts to Josh. We all are for a fast recovery and an uneventful recovery. I hope it all just goes really smoothly and really about as boring as it possibly can be. Lee is listening as he is editing a vlog. Good afternoon, Lee. Hope all is well in the UK and looking forward to seeing more content from you. So folks are continuing to shout out to each other. Fantastic. Oh, and he's saying, wake up, Danny. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, now Nightbot is running today. So if you would like to drop your YouTube channel link, just type in #tribe TRIBE, and Nightbot will take care of it for you. Right now, Nightbot is reminding you that there is an ongoing fundraiser to benefit Helping Hands for Cruising. If you are someone who drinks coffee or tea and you already order it online, I encourage you to order through Giving Bean. It is high quality premium coffee and teas. They are available in any format that you like. So whether you like to use your coffee in pods or whole beans or fresh ground, however you like it, they have an option for you. And the benefit is that part of your total order gets donated to Helping Hands for Cruising and helps us put more people on cruises. So Shannon's laughing. She doesn't know her own name. There we go. Shouting out. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Wait till 60. Wait till it. Oh my goodness. Jimmy, the astute tourist, is here. What's up with you, my friend? Thank you so much for coming in and for joining us today. And Travel with Josie Ann. Thanks for coming in, Josie Ann. Good morning to you too. Great that you are here. I don't want to miss anyone, so folks shouting out. And Trisha Set Sail is here saying hey to me and everyone in the chat. You know what, Trisha? I hope you are feeling better. I know you were a bit under the weather earlier today, so I hope, I really hope that you are feeling better. And thank you, Jimmy, for saying this, but like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you doing that. It really is one of those things that helps the channel grow, helps more people discover us, and more people join us. So fabulous. Josie Ann is shouting out to everyone, which I appreciate so much. And Jimmy, the astute tourist, is doing exactly what I said with hashtag tribe, and Nightbot gets to do its thing and share out his YouTube channel link. So make sure that you are doing that, and make sure that you are sharing your information so other folks can find you and find your content. The Texas cruiser, Mr. Rick Wade, is here. Good morning to you, Rick. Thanks so much for coming in. I appreciate you being here. Eddie is saying hashtag governor. I like it. I don't have a hashtag governor yet, but maybe that's one that I have to do. So Trisha says that she is getting there, and then your dogs tried to unalive me. So now different issues. Oh my gosh. Are they just being crazy? So I understand that. Danny is assuring Eddie that she is awake. So thanks for that. And Danny, you must be so excited because next weekend is the trip to Helen, Georgia. And I know you've been looking forward to that. So I appreciate, I'm going to love any footage that you get, pictures that people have. I love living vicariously through it. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to make it to Helen this year. Maybe it's one of those things we can do next year. We'll have to see. And Rick is dropping the hashtag tribe as well. So make sure that you check out his channel and his content. So Danny is saying, yep, I went to bed at 1 a.m. when Eddie finished the stream. Oh my gosh, I did not realize that the usual suspects went till 1 this last night. That is crazy. So the dogs want to go out, leash them up. As soon as we got outside, they saw another dog, and down I went on the concrete driveway. Oh no, so you're scraped up and sore. Trisha, I'm so sorry. You already weren't feeling well. And now to have that happen, that's terrible. I will say one of the things that I like about having Duchess Willow is that because she weighs all of 12, 13 pounds, she doesn't pull me over nearly as easily as other dogs that we have had in the past. And thanks, Trisha, for sharing out your link. Make sure to go over and check out her content. So actually, it was after 1 a.m., Eddie. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's crazy. So yeah, I agree with Danny. That's a big ouch, Trisha. That's no fun at all. Shannon was up watching movies until 3 a.m. It was the first time you turned on the TV in a week. What movies were you watching, Shannon? I'm curious to know if you saw anything that was good that you'd like to recommend to folks. So, yeah, 1:30 as Danny is saying, so holy cow. Sorry to hear, Trisha. Hope you are okay, says Shannon. I got that. So everyone's hoping for you to be better. You got your vlog going out at 6 p.m. UK today. We will watch for it, Lee. Thank you for sharing that with us. I know that people get to know one another via the chat and look for each other. So I just wanted to share with everyone that our friend Deb Rogers is actually in Qatar right now. And she is stuck there because of the bombings, because of the missiles. So right now she is safe and she is keeping me posted on that. But if you could send your thoughts and prayers to Deb, that would be really appreciated. She needs all the good vibes that she can get. So we are a community. We care so much about each other. And she's got me worried. Trisha is saying that she leaves for a cruise on Friday, and you might have to convince your hubby to get you a massage for my pain and suffering. Yes, absolutely. You definitely deserve a massage after that episode with the dogs. And Lee is dropping his hashtag of tribe so everyone can find Anfield Road layout in the loft and see his vlog premiere later today. Thank you, Danny, for sending prayers out to Deb. I am concerned for her. She was only supposed to be in Qatar for a couple of days, and now she's stuck there, and she doesn't know for how long because of what's happening in the Middle East. So, yeah, not a fun thing. So let's get back to our topic. I don't want to bring the whole thing down and all of that. Let's talk about why our voice gets deeper and better with time. What the confidence as we level up means, and what areas of confidence you've noticed. So I will be very honest with you. I don't think that I would have done a YouTube channel when I was younger. I was much more self-conscious and probably would not have been inspired to get in front of the camera nearly as readily. Even though I work from home, I'm on camera all the time in meetings and things like that and conducting training. But there's something different about being here with all of you and chatting, coming up with topics, keeping the conversation going. And I'm curious to know what other things you have noticed as you are getting older and leveling up more each year. What you are noticing about your confidence. Are you noticing something with your confidence? Shannon already said that the I don't give an F is really like a real thing for her. And I have to agree with that. I care a bit less about what people think of me as I level up more and more. Um, I had the privilege of meeting 3 coworkers for the first time, who I had not gotten to meet in person when I was in Dallas, and they are all trainers. They are all in the learning and development space and very confident, very outgoing. I was so inspired by them and want to know what you are experiencing as well. So Jimmy says that he's become very aware of his own mortality. I understand that, and certainly with what you've gone through in the past year, I can understand why that would feed in. Um, and I wonder what you are thinking about your own mortality. Is it something where you are thinking of life more as a gift or as something that is fleeting and moving by too quickly? What is what is the angle and kind of what is the feeling that you're having about your own mortality? Because I will say I certainly am becoming more aware of my own mortality as people around me are passing away. Either friends of mine losing their parents, losing siblings, or famous people, people who are musicians or actors who I have enjoyed for many years who are passing away because they are getting up there in age. They are leveling up in more extreme ways. And that's not always the case. Some folks, their own mortality is reached at a much younger point, and it has nothing to do with reaching an advanced level. So I'm curious to know what you are thinking about that. And Shannon, I'm still curious to know what movies you were up watching until 3 a.m. because I'm always interested to know what other people are watching to see if I should put it on my watch list as well. So Shannon is saying that the only time she's insecure is when I'm going to see an ex or possibly people I haven't seen since before I gained my weight back. Oh, I understand that. I feel the same way because I have put on weight since 2019. I was like in really great shape and I had reached my goal weight and actually had taken off 50 pounds and was really like looking and feeling good. And then the pandemic happened and menopause happened. And menopause landed on me with both feet in combat boots hard. It pounced on me. So, I definitely have experienced weight gain, and gained back the 50 plus some. So it does play on me when I see people who I haven't seen in a while. So Shannon, I totally understand what you are saying. And Joe Hupp is here from Australia. Thank you so much for coming in, Joe. Hope you are doing well, and I appreciate you being here. So Jimmy says, as I become an aging firefighter, I have realized the risks I took as a younger man. Boy, that's true. I was not obviously a firefighter, but I took a lot of risks when I was younger that I definitely um don't take now, that I'm much more cautious about now. So Joe says that this is something I feel I want to talk about as I'm at the point in my life that I have lost a lot of confidence. I can understand that. So that definitely ends up being an issue. It depends. Uh it depends when I'm feeling my confidence, and usually when I'm, like, on camera and things like this, I'm feeling very confident. It's much more of an in-person thing, and I agree with Shannon when I'm seeing people who I haven't seen since I put the weight back on, that definitely plays into it. Mandy Smith is here. Good morning, Mandy. Thanks so much for joining us for Brunch and BS today. Appreciate you being here. So, Shannon was watching Killers with Ashton Kutcher. Meh. Okay. It was a meh. Not a winner. Okay. Jimmy is saying that also being in remission, I have developed what many cancer patients get. And and it cut off. And here we go. And that has caused cancer, PTS, fear of it coming back. It's incredibly unnerving. I can only imagine. Um, I know how I feel with my health concerns, and mine are nowhere as serious as yours, but it definitely causes me some PTSD and fear of what it's going to mean, what if it's going to come back, things like that. So, folks shouting out to Mandy, which I appreciate, so great, and to Joe. Shannon also started Sahara. Still an hour left. Jury's still out. Oh, you haven't seen Sahara before? I won't say anything. I will let you judge yourself. So awesome that everybody is shouting out to each other. And Joe is saying, I'll be doing a video on confidence and how I lost it at 40. Okay, so your feeling on confidence after 40 is you actually have a diminished amount of confidence. I was talking about actually gaining confidence, but that is also a very valid, very real thing. Here we go. Shannon also watched Song Sung Blue. It was good, but not as good as I've been hearing. I don't know. Anything with Hugh Jackman has got my vote, so I haven't seen it yet. That's one that's on my watch list. So Joe says I'm out, so stay tuned for that video. I appreciate it, Joe, and I appreciate you dropping the hashtag tribe so everyone can find your channel and view your content. So let's dive a little deeper into the confidence thing. I was thinking about, as I said, a gaining of confidence as our levels get higher, but I'm wondering if that is an incorrect assumption based on some of the feedback that folks are sharing. Eddie says, my confidence is getting stronger as I get older. After 60, I just don't give a fudge. Death has knocked on my door twice, but here I am, still around till that final curtain call comes. I love that, Eddie. I really do. That is a great, strong position to have. Not only about not giving it, not giving a fudge, but the fact that you have gone through health issues. And as I said, you've gone through some health issues that are more severe than the ones that I've experienced. And I've experienced a lot, but mine have not typically been life threatening. Mine have been inconvenient, and annoying, but not life threatening. And yes, I am glad too with Danny that you are still here, Eddie. We appreciate you being here. Thank yous, Danny D. I love it. I love how you guys chat with each other. That's fabulous. So, if your confidence has changed, is it consistent? So, in other words, I feel my confidence has waned in some areas, like again, related to my weight and seeing people I haven't seen in a long time, but I've gained confidence in other areas. So it's a bit of both that I've experienced. Now, Shannon is saying my confidence also differs in different areas. I'm overly confident with my ideas, intellect, knowledge. I'm insecure about my weight, strength, endurance. Where IDGAF the most is my hair, makeup, outfit, shoes. I got that. I go much more for comfort than for style than I ever did before. I know one area is in the shoes that I opt to wear. I do not wear any of my heels anymore. because it's not worth the pain. It's not worth the extra effort to walk. It's not worth any of that to me. So I really, I end up not caring about that nearly as much. And for example, the last trip that I was on, I was in flats the whole time. I didn't even bring a pair of heels with me. Even though we were going to a very fancy dinner, I still ended up wearing flats to that. So Eddie says, Shannon, life is too short to worry about all that. Just let it go. Someone don't like it? Well, too effing bad. I love that. I appreciate that, Eddie. And here we go. Danny says, my family is proud of what I've accomplished from being tube fed to now drinking my food. My big bro was always so worried about me growing up. He has always checked up on me. That's why we're close. That's so sweet, Danny. And I love that you have that relationship with your big brother. Are they still looking for a house? I know they were trying to bid on a house. So yeah, I really, I'm curious to know about that. So to each fiber, to each other. I love that. I love that for you. And Eddie says, kick it, Danny. Heels. Shannon has noticed that the clacking annoys me all of a sudden. I appreciate that. And some days are harder than others. Keep effing fighting and positive mental attitude. 100%, Jimmy. Keep fighting and PMA. But some days are tougher than others. Things are not consistent, things are not linear. So whether it's recovering from something, whether it's an illness, whether it's learning something new, whatever it is, things are not linear. And that is a lesson that I have definitely learned as I've gotten older. I don't expect, for example, when I'm sick, to get better every single day in exactly the same way, or to progress and feel better every single day. I know that there will be like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And sometimes it's 2 steps forward, 3 or 4 steps back. So it is not consistent. Eddie was wearing heels yesterday at our meetup. No one noticed. I love it. I saw the pictures from the meetup, Eddie. It looked like such a great time. And Danny says they got the house. The inspection went well. They're moving in May or June. So by April, we can start planning to visit them to pick a month to go out there. Oh, congratulations. That is so fabulous for them. I'm so happy that they were able to get their own, their new place. So Danny says, Eddie, what color were the heels? I'm guessing red. Fire engine red. And Trisha likes that. KFF and PMA. I deal with depression and anxiety. That's going to be my new mantra. I absolutely agree. That is something that I focus on. And actually, Chef Todd had declared 2026 the year of PMA. So everything is all about positive mental attitude and keeping things in focus and moving forward with those things. And Danny agrees. She is so happy for them. I love it. Oh, Michael Ann is here. Thanks so much for coming in to Brunch and BS, Michael Ann. She says, this is me. Take it or leave it. Tired of pleasing others at my expense. I totally agree with that. That is fantastic. Oh, Eddie's heels were dark gray. No, not red. Come on. You got to spice it up a little bit, Eddie. That's you're tickling Danny's funny bone there. So Jimmy says for Trisha that you have PMA every day and mentally focus on everything positive. Never let the negative in. That is challenging to do sometimes, I find. I suffer from anxiety, depression. I was diagnosed as bipolar when I was 17. So I have been battling it for many years. And I try to have PMA in there every single day. I appreciate that so much, Jimmy. I appreciate the reminder and the effort that it takes. So Michael Ann is saying she's focusing this year in kindness to myself and others. That is fantastic. I love that. Danny thinks that Eddie needs pink heels. I love it. And I agree with Shannon that Michael Ann has a good attitude about things. Focusing on kindness to yourself and others is a real benefit. It is really something. You don't know what other people are going through. Even when people share information with you, you still probably do not have the full story of what they're dealing with their health, with their family, with their relationships, with their jobs, with anything. People can be going through really incredibly challenging things, and focusing on kindness, and most importantly, being kind to yourself and avoiding the negative talk is critical. So Michael Ann, bravo on that. I agree with that so much. So Michael Ann is saying hey to Shannon, and Jimmy says that the PMA has literally saved his life. I agree with that, Jimmy. That is so true. So Shannon says I start the morning with PMA and can usually keep it until I have to deal with other people. That is funny. That is. I like that. And Michael Ann is dropping her channel link, so make sure you go over and check out Michael Ann Spoiled Mama and her channel. She has some great content. So that is funny, Shannon, but I know it's sometimes true. So Michael Ann just got your book yesterday that you'll be doing a book club on. Can't wait to read Be Your Own Bestie. Oh, I love that. Okay, I got to join in on that. That is fantastic. And
hi, everybody.
Trying to be the disembodied head of Chef Todd. Woo!
Like my hair?
I love your hair. It looks fantastic, babe.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hello. Hello, disembodied head of Chef Todd.
So apparently I'm making barbecue chicken and mac and cheese for dinner tonight.
That is what Shannon asked for.
Shannon asked for, and since Jennifer doesn't believe that I make better mac and cheese than some jamoke in Texas, I guess I'm just going to have to show her who makes the best mac and cheese.
I told you, you make the best northern style mac and cheese.
Blah, blah,
she
blah,
makes the best.
Blah, blah, blah. All I heard was hers is better than mine.
No.
That's what I heard.
No.
That's what I heard.
No.
Challenge accepted.
Fantastic. Okay. Folks are saying hey to you. Chicken. I love this. Incoming message from the big head. Love it, love it, love it. Trisha says, what time should I be there? Yum. Yeah, he is great with that. Monica shouting out to Chef Todd as well. And Danny is cracking up. Shannon says, I will be the judge. Okay.
Shannon couldn't judge food if she tried.
Okay. So Monica says, mac and cheese, please send us some. Okay. Blah, says Eddie. I got it. Shannon declares that she is a mac and cheese expert. So there we go. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I got in big trouble on that one. So Trisha says I just ate one of my daughter's Lunchables. Love it. Uh-oh. Eddie says threesome. Oh my goodness.
Threesome with mac and cheese. Wow, that's a new one for us, honey. We've done a lot of stuff in our life. But threesome with mac and cheese. Holy crap.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
And Shannon dropping the hashtag three-way, which will remind you when it comes to sex at my age, I like threesomes in case one of us
I'm
dies.
pretty sure one of them involved chocolate mousse, but I haven't heard the rest of that story.
Oh my gosh. Trisha says that's kind of kinky. You welcome, chef. Thanks, Eddie. I appreciate you encouraging him. He is actually getting in the shower now. He is going to go do some grocery shopping and also bring our granddaughter all of her stuff that she forgot at our place when she slept over the other night. So she invariably leaves things here. So he's dropping that off. It is the battle of the mac and cheese, Danny, which is better? And Eddie says TMI. You can't start talking about things like that with Chef Todd and expect him not to take it down the gutter. He is reliable for that, so it is definitely a thing. Now, before I forget, I have to make sure that I share with you our weekly spot, the Yiddish word of the week.
It's time to play a word from Buddy's Cabaret. From chef to crowd, we've got the knack, bringing old school huts the back. Say it loud, give it flair, a little Yiddish everywhere. Laugh, learn, maybe even fetch. It's Yiddish word of the week you mensch. So grab a notion, let's get verklempt in a good way.
Fantastic. And our Yiddish word of the week is verklempt. It means overcome with emotion or perhaps even choked or clenched by emotions. And I will tell you, I was having a very emotional day yesterday. I was very verklempt. I know that Scott from Controversial Cruising has said the word verklempt before, but I wanted to make it an official Yiddish word of the week. So make sure that you use verklempt in your weekly conversations and keep the Yiddish word of the week going. So let's see. Trisha says she ordered groceries and asked to pick them up from 2 to 3 p.m. Didn't feel like navigating the grocery store today. I know that feeling, Trisha. Chef Todd actually enjoys going to the grocery store. I am not a fan, so I'm big on ordering myself. I agree with that. Danny says we need Jen and Chef Todd on Usual Suspects one night. You know what's funny is we usually have plans on Saturday evenings, either plans with friends or having one or both of the grandkids sleep over. So that's why I usually am not participating in Usual Suspects, but I appreciate that. So Trisha says she's actually heard verklempt before. Fantastic. There we go. Barbara, take a moment, darling. Yes. I loved when Mike Myers did his bit of Linda Richman coffee talk. And he would say, I'm getting a little verklempt. I'll give you a topic to discuss. That was always one of my favorite bits on Saturday Night Live back in the day. And Mandy says she's been verklempt recently. I understand that. I was having a day yesterday for a variety of reasons, but yeah, I definitely had that. So it sounds good to Danny, which I appreciate. And Michael Ann says she has had many times of getting verklempt over the actions of others. That's when I started putting myself first and developed the IDGAF attitude. Good for you. And Jimmy says before SNL jumped the shark. You know what? I don't know if it jumped the shark. I mean, I think it jumped the shark for a while there, but I don't even know anymore, because when they are saying like who's going to be appearing on the show and who's going to be the musical guest, I usually have no idea who the people are anymore. I always thought that I would be up on pop culture and on who was in what movies and things like that, because I was when I was younger. But somewhere along the way, I totally lost that. So I will see, like at a doctor's office, the cover of People magazine, for example, and have no idea who the people are who are on the cover. So it's, yeah, I don't know if it's they jumped the shark or I just am so out of the loop that I don't even know there's a loop anymore. Danny is saying that Mandy did a great job on The Usual Suspects last night. She came for the last hour. I am so sorry I missed it, and I'm sure she did. So yeah, it's not even funny anymore, says Jimmy. Got it. And Shannon is saying SNL jumps every few years and then back. I think that it definitely does, but yeah, it's pretty funny. Michael Ann says, I don't think I've watched SNL since I got married. Shannon says, these kids and their loud music. Hey, you kids, get off my lawn. I love it. I love it. So Jimmy says, I've been out on medical leave for a year and a half. I went to the station the other day and I was like, who's that new guy and that new guy and that? Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. So Mandy says, thanks, Danny. I try not to be too awkward. I'm sure you were not. So Mandy had your debut last night on The Usual Suspects. I'm so sorry I missed it. I will have to go back and be part of Team Replay. And Shirley from Squirrel's World is here. Glitter bombs to you, my friend. Thank you so much for coming in for Brunch and BS. Trisha says, I don't think I've ever watched an episode of SNL. Really? I may have caught a bit of it here and there. Never really been my thing. Okay. This is part of reaching level 60. I remember staying up to watch the original Saturday Night. Before it was called Saturday Night Live, it was just Saturday Night. And it was with the not ready for primetime players. So that's when it was Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, Gilda Radner, Jane Curtin, Lorraine Newman, Garrett Morris, that whole group. And I used to watch it then. I would stay up and watch it. It was phenomenal back then. Jimmy, again, reminding you to like, share, and please subscribe. I appreciate that. I'm sure that Mandy did great, so I have no doubt of that. Folks shouting out to Shirley, that is awesome. And Michael Ann says, I spent so many of my weekends in my younger years babysitting, so SNL was a weekly thing. Totally agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. It would be like the Saturday night ABC shows, so Love Boat, Fantasy Island, and SNL. So those were like my shows. And I'm cracking Jimmy up here, and he's saying, me too, Jen. Love that. Thanks, Shannon. Man, you are old. Yes. Yes, I am. And proud of it. That was the best cast by far. I totally agree with that. Trisha used to stay up to watch Soul Train. Yes, I appreciate that one as well. I actually, one of my favorite artists is a man named Glenn Hansen. And he actually released a picture on his Instagram feed yesterday of Soul Train, a drawing of the Soul Train set and all that, in observance of Black History Month. So I just had Soul Train on my mind. So I appreciate that. Shirley saying good afternoon to everyone, which I appreciate. Shannon's favorite thing of this SNL era is Nate Bargatze doing weights and measures. You know what? I know nothing of this SNL era, so I will take your word for it. So Shirley is saying glitter and paint skins. And Michael Ann says, I remember all those, Jen. So you must have been watching the early years. Yep. Trisha, I saw a video yesterday with Don Cornelius in 1972 introducing the Jackson 5. Jimmy, I am so there with you. I love that stuff. And I remember, now, do you remember not only seeing the Jackson 5 on these shows, do you remember the Jackson 5 had a cartoon? So I remember that as well. Oh, an American Bandstand, Trisha. Absolutely. I got to tell you, we were watching a show the other day that had an old shot of Dick Clark from like the 1960s. And I just remember that Dick Clark looked the same until he was about 70 or 75. The man like did not age. So that was incredible. Shannon remembers sneaking out of bed to watch Benny Hill. Oh my gosh. I appreciate that. And you love Don Cornelius. I agree with you, Jimmy. He had such a great voice. Such a great voice. Oh, and he's actually asking now if there's any Trekkies in the house. Oh my gosh. Yes, totally. And if so, check out Star Trek Continues on YouTube. You won't be disappointed. I am definitely a Trekkie. So is Shirley. She's saying she's a Trekkie too. And Trisha says, no Trekkies here, Jimmy. My crew is all about Star Wars. I got to tell you, it can be both.
Jar Jar Binks forever.
No, Chef Todd. No, I say. And Jimmy says yes. And the Osmonds too. Yes. Loved the introductions from them and also had, a cartoon. So crazy stuff. Fabulous. So Jimmy says, I love Star Wars, but was introduced to Star Trek way before Star Wars was ever made. I'm with you, Jimmy. That was my introduction too. So let's agree to disagree, says Shirley. And Danny is laughing at Chef Todd, but yeah, I'm not going to agree with Jar Jar Binks forever. Oh my gosh, Michael Ann says, also being Canadian, I remember watching Jim Carrey and Catherine O'Hara on Second City. I actually just saw, Michael Ann, that they are putting SCTV on Amazon Prime. So I cannot wait to watch those shows again. I used to love the McKenzie brothers, Bob and Doug McKenzie and the Great White North, and all of the Catherine O'Hara stuff, Eugene Levy, Joe Flaherty, all of them. And of course, John Candy, who was incredible. I used to love when he did his impression of Divine. It was divine. So let's see what else is going on. So Trisha likes to tell her family Jar Jar is her favorite character just to drive them nuts. I believe that was what Chef Todd was going for, because he knows that drives me crazy. And Jimmy says it's a fan creation that looked like the original. Sets, costumes, and the actor that plays Kirk looks and sounds like him. It's awesome. Wow. I will have to check that out, Jimmy. Thanks so much for sharing. So Michael Ann is only the original 3 Star Wars. Okay. So you just like A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, and that's it. None of the others. Jimmy says Jar Jar Binks is a Sith. I love it. And thank you, Shirley, for typing your hashtag tribe and sharing out your link. So that way you are able to have people find you and share in your content. Oh, yes. Johnny LaRue, Jimmy, totally. I love the John Candy stuff. He was so talented and so amazing. And once Disney bought the franchise, it jumped the shark. Yeah, totally understand that. So we are coming up to the end of our time. We've got about 8 minutes left. I want to be respectful of everyone's time. And I appreciate the fact that we've talked about what confidence means to us. And I also love the discussion about all of this pop culture stuff, because I love all of that. Trisha, thank you so much. I really love your top. Not sure if it's a blouse or a sweater. Thank you. It is a blouse. And I love the color, and it definitely got my attention. Michael Ann says, sorry, more into Lord of the Rings. I can appreciate that too. And Lee, thank you so much. Great stream. Have a great day. Good luck with your premiere today. We will all be tuning in, and I appreciate it. Thank you again for dropping hashtag tribe. So
I'm clean.
And your hair is not sticking up anymore.
Nope, not sticking up. It's combed.
It's combed. Amazing.
I washed it and everything.
Where does a month go?
I was going to start dyeing. You think anybody would like freak out if it was like jet black, like my dad's? My dad did that at like 60.
Yes.
Dyed his hair jet black.
Yeah,
got
please
got a
don't.
perm. What do you think, honey? A perm, jet black?
No, please
Looking
don't.
at me? What do you think?
Please don't.
Please vote.
No,
Please vote what color hair you'd like me to dye it.
No, dear, no.
Well, you've had every hair color on the planet.
I have had every hair color on the planet, but I have not dyed my hair in 7.5 years.
There you go.
So, yep.
And you're still a stunner. Mwah. Bye, everybody. Love you. Mwah.
Thanks, Chef Todd. And Jimmy reminding you to please hit the like on your way out. Let's stroke that YouTube algorithm and my ego. So what's more important than that? I so appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day, says Michael Ann. I appreciate that. Todd is like a ninja, Danny. You are right. And folks saying goodbye to you. Shannon is cracking up over the whole thing. And Jimmy says, at least you have hair. And Trisha says, my hair is still a mess. I need to shower, but not looking forward to the water on your scrapes. Ooh, I don't blame you.
I only hang out with short people so that way they can't see the top of my head.
Oh, love it. Shannon votes that you dye it purple, by the way. Of course. Oh my gosh. And Trisha says, I used to have purple hair. Purple hair was fun. There we go. Have a wonderful day, y'all, from Super Monty. I appreciate it, Monica, so much. Thank you. I'm glad that you guys are laughing over the whole thing because it is so ridiculous and so silly. Lee says you should dye it red, and Danny says you should dye it pink. Okay. Bye, all. Thank you so much for coming in today. I so appreciate you being here. And make sure to hit the like on your way out. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do so. I appreciate it. And remember from Jimmy, PMA and KFF. Talk to you all soon. I love you. Do me a favor. Stay weird.